and Gas Limited allegedly deployed the funds to secure deep offshore PPL 302 and shallow water PPL 3007 during the 2024 oil licensing round. The Commission is asking the courts to order the forfeiture of the $13 million. According to the affidavit, Ocean Gate paid signature bonuses through Zenith Bank, while Providus Bank transferred $7 million to the federal government in March 2025. In total, the company allegedly paid $20 million between March 20 and April 3, 2025. The EFCC further alleged that the funds were raised through cash transactions outside the banking system, involving unlicensed bureau de change operators and some bank officials. Investigators claimed 4 portions of the money were routed through account links to Ashraf Energy and Oil Services Limited and AAA and T Oil Nigeria Limited before being converted to dollars and transferred to Ocean Gate. Ocean Gate's director denied the allegations, insisting the funds were from legitimate sources and urging the court to set aside the interim forfeiture order. Justice Emeka Wike has adjourned the case to March 25, 2026 after earlier granting an interim forfeiture and directing the EFCC to publish notices inviting interested parties to show cause. Federal High Court in Abuja has granted the Bauchi State Commissioner for Finance, Yakubu Adamu, and 3 other defendants bail in the sum of 100 million naira each over alleged terrorism financing offences. Justice Mohammed Omar, while ruling on the bailing application, said the defendants placed sufficient materials before the court to warrant the exercise of judicial discretion in their favour. He directed each defendant to provide 2 sureties who must be a permanent secretary and a director in the civil service. The court also ordered the defendants to deposit their international passports with the court registry and report weekly to the State Department of State Services office in Bauchi State every Monday until the case is concluded. Justice Umar thereafter adjourned the matter to February 26 for the commencement of trial. The defendants are standing trial on a 10-count charge of terrorism financing and money laundering filed by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. The accused persons, who are senior Bauchi State civil servants, had earlier been denied bail by another court on grounds that the charges posed a threat to national security. However, their counsel argued that new facts justified a fresh bail application which the court upheld. Justice Peter Lifu and the Federal High Court Abuja has recognized the Usman Nenadi-led ESCO of the Labour Party sacking Julius Abure as the national chairman of the party. Delivering judgment, Justice Lifu relied on the April 4, 2025 verdict of the Supreme Court to declare Senator Nenadi as the valid leader of the party. The court also ordered the Independent National Electoral Commission to forthwith recognize the Senator Usman-led Caretaker Committee as the only valid authority to represent the Labour Party, pending when the party convenes a national convention. The judgment followed the suits instituted by the Usman before the court. Aside from Abure, the Nigerian Labour Congress was also cited as a defendant in the matter. Justice Lifu held that evidence before him established that Abure's tenure as the national chairman of the LP had since elapsed. While dismissing Abure's contention that the matter was an internal affair of a political party that is not justiciable, the court held that the setting up of the LP Caretaker Committee was a necessity that arose from the order of the Supreme Court. Former Labour Party presidential candidate Mr. Peter Obi has condemned the reported abduction of more than 150 worshippers from churches in Kaduna State, describing the incident as one that should trigger decisive national action in any serious country. In a statement posted on his X handle on Wednesday, Obi questioned the credibility of those who initially denied the incident and reportedly threatened to punish the individuals accused of spreading false information. He asked how such denials were made now that the kidnappings have been confirmed. Obi also raised concerns about accountability, asking who would be held responsible for the confusion and delay surrounding the incident. He said the scale of the abductions demands clear communication, visible leadership, and an urgent national response. According to him, leadership goes beyond the pursuit of power and must involve speaking up when citizens are in distress and acting swiftly when lives are at risk. He called for immediate efforts to secure the safe and unharmed release of all victims and urged authorities to confront Nigeria's security challenges more decisively. And now to some business news. Nigeria's revenue from liquefied natural gas exports is expected to receive a major boost in 2026 as global energy supply expands and market conditions shift. Analysts say rising global output will ease supply tightness caused by the 2022 Ukraine war, leading to lower prices that could stimulate the demand, particularly from major importers such as China and India. Forecast indicates that 2026 will mark a transition from a tight LNG market to one with ample supply. Nigeria's export outlook has improved following a rebound in late 2025, when LNG exports reached a 5-year high, driven by better gas supply and higher plant utilization. According to the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, the development strengthens Nigeria's position ahead of the launch of Nigeria LNG Train 7, expected to significantly increase capacity. Global LNG supply is projected to rise by up to 10% year-on-year, with major contributions from the United States and Qatar. While increased supply is expected to pressure prices, analysts believe lower costs will drive some stronger demand across Asia and Europe. Nigeria currently holds Africa's largest gas reserves, estimated at over 210 trillion cubic feet, positioning the country as a key global energy supplier despite ongoing challenges. With expanded capacity and rising global demand, analysts said Nigeria is well placed to benefit from the evolving LNG market. Federal Government of Nigeria, through the Debt Management Office, has offered Federal Government of Nigeria bonds worth a total of 900 billion naira for public subscription. According to the DMO, the offer comprises 3 reopened bonds, each priced at 1,000 naira per unit. The first is a 300 billion naira February 2031 bond with an annual interest rate of 18.50%. The second is a 400 billion naira February 2034 bond offering 19% interest per annum, while the third is a 200 billion naira February 2035 bond carrying an interest rate of 22.70% per annum. The office explained that for reopened bonds, successful bidders will pay a price based on the yield to maturity that clears the auction, in addition to any accrued interest. Interest payments will be made annually, while the principal amounts will be repaid in full at maturity. The DMO further stated that the bonds are backed by the full faith and credit of the federal government and are charged upon Nigeria's general assets. It added that the instruments qualify as approved instruments, under the Trustees Investment Act, and are recognized as government securities under tax laws, making them eligible for tax exemptions for pension funds and other investors. The bonds are also listed on the Nigerian Exchange Limited and the FMDQ OTC Securities Exchange and qualify as liquefied assets for banks' liquidity ratio calculations. You're still watching the global news on Atlantic Television Network. Up next is international tidbits. Donald Trump has said the United States will not use military force to take control of Greenland, but maintain that Washington must still secure ownership of the territory. Speaking on Wednesday at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Trump told global leaders that although the US has capacity to act forcefully, he has no intention of doing so. He stressed that his administration prefers dialogue and diplomacy over the use of force. The US president, however, called for immediate negotiations with Denmark, insisting that the United States is best positioned to protect, develop, and manage Greenland. He described the territory as strategically important, citing security development and geopolitical considerations. Greenland is an autonomous territory under Danish sovereignty and a member of the NATO alliance. Trump's renewed push has once again sparked international debate over the legality, feasibility, and diplomatic consequences of any potential US acquisition. Danish officials have previously rejected any suggestion of selling Greenland, while leaders in the territory have also insisted that Greenland is not for sale. Despite this, Trump said discussions on the matter must continue. European police have dismantled a major cross-border synthetic drug network in what authorities described as the largest operation of its kind, dealing a major blow to organized crime. The year-long operation, coordinated by Europol, involved law enforcement agencies from Belgium, the Czech Republic, Germany, the Netherlands, Poland, and Spain. Authorities shut down 24 industrial-scale laboratories and seized about 1,000 tons of chemicals used to produce MDMA, amphetamine, and methamphetamine. More than 85 suspects were arrested, including 2 alleged ringleaders from Poland. Investigators traced the network to large imports of legal chemicals from China and India, which were repackaged and redistributed across the European Union for drug production. Europol official Andy Crack said the operation targeted the supply chain to cut off access to key chemicals, noting that synthetic drug crimes fuel violence, corruption, money laundering, and environmental damage. Police also seized about 120,000 liters of toxic waste linked to the illegal labs, with further investigations ongoing. Japan's largest nuclear power plant, Kashiwazaki Kariwa Nuclear Power Plant, is set to restart operations on Wednesday for the first time since the 2011 Fukushima Daiichi nuclear disaster, despite opposition from many local residents. Operator Tokyo Electric Power said preparations were underway after receiving final approval from authorities in Niigata State. Only one of the plant's 7 reactors will resume operation. While the government supports the restarts as part of efforts to reduce reliance on fossil fuels and achieve carbon neutrality, residents have raised concerns over safety, evacuation plans, and seismic risks. Protests were held near the facility with opponents warning that public safety fears remain unresolved. Authorities said the plant has undergone major safety upgrades, including tsunami defenses and improved emergency systems. However, public opinion remains divided as Japan continues to balance energy security with lingering fears from past nuclear disasters. And here now is 18 sports news. Confederation of African Football has named 3 Nigerians, Victor Osimhen, Calvin Bassey, and Ademola Lookman, in its best 11 of the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations. Osimhen scored 4 goals in 6 good matches as Nigeria won bronze in Morocco, while Lookman recorded the highest goal involvement with 3 goals and 4 assists. Bassey was a key figure in defense, helping the Super Eagles keep 3 clean sheets before missing the 3rd place match due to suspension. The best 11 was dominated by players from Nigeria, Senegal, and Morocco, with champions Senegal and runners-up Morocco each having 4 players on the list. Qatar Stars League side Al Ahly SC have confirmed the signing of former Super Eagles captain William Troost-Ekong. Troost-Ekong linked up with Al Ahly SC from Saudi club Al Kholoud. The experienced centre-back penned a contract with his new club until June 2028. The 32-year-old has been assigned his favourite number 5 jersey. Troost-Ekong made 49 appearances for Al Kholoud and scored twice. His signing is seen as a major boost as Al Ahly aims to build momentum and finish this season strongly. Manchester City striker Erling Haaland has apologized to fans after City's 3-1 defeat to Bodo and Glimt in the UEFA Champions League on Tuesday night. Haaland struggled on his return to Norway, missing several chances as Bodo and Glimt took a 2-0 lead into halftime through Kasper Hoek's brace. Jens Peter Hoek added a 3rd before Ryan Cherky scored a late consolation for City. The defeat left Manchester City 7th in its league phase, putting their top 8 qualification hopes at risk. Haaland accepted the responsibility for the loss and described the result as embarrassing. And now entertainment news. Guinness World Records has officially confirmed Nigerian chef Hilda Bassey as a 3-time Guinness World Record holder. The confirmation was announced on Wednesday via Guinness World Records official social media platforms, stating that Bassey's record-breaking largest serving of Nigerian September 2025 achievement when she prepared 8,780 kilograms of jollof rice during a cookout in Lagos. What was initially recorded as a single achievement has now been recognized as 2 separate world records on the same day. Reacting to the confirmation, Bassey said she was both shocked and delighted to learn that her effort resulted in multiple records, bringing her total Guinness titles to 3. Her latest recognition adds to her earlier milestone in May 2023, where she completed a 93-hour, 11-minute cooking marathon, making her the first Nigerian chef to hold multiple Guinness World Records. The achievement further cements her place on the global culinary stage and highlights Nigerian cuisine internationally. Nigerian musician Baba Frayo has criticized Wizkid over his claim that he is bigger than late Afrobeat legend Fela Anikulapo Kuti. The controversy began after Seun Kuti, Fela's son, condemned comparisons between Wizkid and his father, describing them as disrespectful to Fela's legacy. Wizkid later responded on social media asserting his dominance and mocking Seun, which further escalated the dispute. Reacting, Baba Frayo expressed disappointment, saying comparisons between modern artists and music legends show a lack of respect for history. He described Fela as a revolutionary, multi-instrumentalist and cultural icon whose influence lasted decades, adding that such comparisons would not happen to legends like Bob Marley. The feud has sparked renewed debate on social media about generational differences and the need to respect pioneers of African music. Afrobeat singer Oxlade has revealed that he does not smoke or take hard drugs, attributing his lifestyle to his Christian upbringing and musical background. Speaking in an interview, Oxlade said he grew up in a deeply religious and music-oriented family and began his music journey in a church choir, which shaped his values and approach to music. The singer noted that his faith continues to guide his career, stressing that his success is divinely inspired and that gospel music remains the foundation of his artistry. And that's the global news for tonight. Before we go and look at the major stories. Rivers State Police have probed alleged defilement of minor. Army Police renew commitment to joint operations in Delta. Court recognizes Nandi ESCO sacks Abure as LP chairman. Nigeria set for higher LNG revenue as global supply grows. Trump rules out Fox, pushes talks on Greenland ownership. CAF names Osimhen, Bassey, Lookman in AFCON best